Yo, my people, welcome back to another video on the channel. This is the player ratings for the Chelsea vs Real Madrid match yesterday, which ended 2-0 to Real Madrid. That's the first leg wrapped up, the second leg to come next week, and boy, it is peak out here. It is peak. Obviously, going to go through each player, including the subs, and then go on to Frank Lampard. So let's just start off with Kepa Arrizabalaga. And Kepa, man, this guy, honestly, we really need a new keeper. I would much prefer Edouard Mendy have played because even the first goal, like Vinicius Jr., man gets in behind, he has a shot. Kepa literally just about touches it with his hand, but then he palms it into the reach of Benzema. Mendy is about 5 inches, a little bit taller, which means his arm length will be a lot wider. Mendy could have just grabbed that ball. Not just in this game, but in the game against Man City in the Premier League, where man literally just could have stuck out his arm, he didn't do enough. Other games where he should have done better. It's just not good enough, innit? And Kepa, my boy, for me, I'm going to have to give you a 4. I wasn't necessarily happy with your performance. You made a couple of good saves, but Real Madrid, they shouldn't do enough. I'm going to be honest. They should have won the game more than 2-0. It's not necessarily down to us. It's down to them. They didn't do more. So, Kepa, I'm going to give you a 4. 4 for Kepa. And now we're going to move on to Wesley Fofana. And disaster class, Wesley Fofana. Oh, my days. After the first 5 minutes, you was on ropes. From whenever you got that first yellow card, it was peak out here for you still. Vinicius Jr., the best winger in the world, he showed why. This man, without him in that team yesterday, Madrid don't score their goals. Not just for Kepa, but Vinicius. He basically got an assist for the Benzema goal because without him having that shot, he don't get that tapping. And then the Valverde goal. Hey man, Vinicius Jr., you are a world-class player. And for me, one day you win the Ballon d'Or because the form you're showing is mad. But going on to speak about Wesley Fofana. Fofana is one of the best up and coming defenders in the world. And yesterday it just showed. Played at the Bernabeu for the first time. You were shook. You weren't up for the challenge. That crowd is just so mad. And it takes a real person, not necessarily a real person, but a true experienced player to be able to handle the Bernabeu, and you just couldn't. There's many people in this world that haven't been able to do it. Just yesterday, it was just unfortunate for our sakes that it was you. So I would just like to say, Fofana, I'm gonna have to give you a 3 because you should have done way better. But it just wasn't the case. Yesterday was not the night. And yeah, man, it was just a wrap for you still. So I'm going to give you a 3. And then we have Koulibaly. No, wait, we have Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, this man, right? Thiago Silva, goal line clearance. Your first game back in over a month. And you making goal line clearances, being the captain for this game. I'm happy that you was able to play. I'm so happy because if we didn't have you in the team, it could have been even worse. So I just have to be honest, man. It is absolutely peak, and the team just needs to do a whole lot better because as a 38-year-old, you're our best defender, and shouldn't be the case. So I'm gonna have to give you a 5. Decent performance. Upset that you had to get taken off, but it is what it is, isn't it? Then we have Kalidou Koulibaly, who I hope he get better soon. Koulibaly got injured in that. We don't know the full extent of the injury, but hopefully you can return soon and do better. But yesterday, I feel like you had a good performance. Obviously, it wasn't necessarily one of the best performances, but come against a Madrid team, you made a lot of good defensive. You made a good goal. Yeah, He made a good amount of the defensive blocks, interceptions, stopping them from getting through. Like Rodrigo was getting through, you stopped him, and without you, we definitely would have conceded if you weren't on him. So I have to big you up. My rating for you, Koulibaly, I'm gonna have to give you a 5 because there's not much you can do, especially with the way our team set up. Because even in the BT Sport analysis, it showed that when we was playing the three at the back, no one was close enough to Rodrigo and Vinicius. These men have so much space, and that's what allows us to get even more hurt. We don't have the fastest of defenders. Come against two guys, well, one guy who's definitely one of the fastest players in the world, and Rodrigo, he's very quick. So I have to be 100% honest that it wasn't necessarily your fault. Just the way we set up, the 3-5-2 was not the best formation. We should have done a 3-4-2-1, but it is what it is. The tie is done. Not the tie, but the game's done. And hopefully you can be able to be, hopefully you're able to play in the next game, but you have to wait on the fitness update to find out about that. So hope you speedy recovery to you, Koulibaly. I'm going to give you a 5. Ben Chilwell, I'm going to have to give you a 3, man, because on the left-hand side, like, we couldn't get out. Carvajal was pushing up so much, and part of me believes that that's due to the fact that we couldn't have any wingers. They know that Chilwell is not one of the fastest players. For him to be able to go up and down one against one of the best teams in the world, fair enough, if we're playing against a Southampton or a Leicester or even a Brentford or something, those kind of things are possible. Playing against a team like Madrid, who have numerous amount of winners, experience in the Champions League, is going to be very, very hard. And at the Bernabeu, we couldn't do anything on that left-hand side. Couldn't get out. And then what makes everything worse is that when Cucurella comes on, not even 5 minutes after he comes on, he allows a man to go past him, which makes you have to come out and give away a foul. And in the strictness of the Champions League, they will give a red card for that. Because this is the highest level. You cannot be making those mistakes. So that was a red card. And you just made it look worse. So Chilwell, I'm gonna have to give you a 2. Because not only did you give a red card, which basically nullified the tie, made the tie done, because now we have to play Cucurella next week. You didn't do enough in the whole entire match. So it is what it is. I'm gonna give you a 2. Then we have Reece James, and in what is undoubtedly your worst performance that I've seen, you did not play well. Like, we did try to create. You making a couple passes together with I think Kovacic, then to Kante or Sterling, that which allowed Felix to go through in like the first 5 minutes. If we scored from that, it's a whole different game. But unfortunately, when we have attackers who might as well just not be attackers, we might as well just play with 9 men, because the attackers don't do anything, especially last night. You can't tell me what attacker did anything yesterday. Can't. João Felix, niche. Sterling, niche. Reece James, he is a person who will get more assists than goals. But how you meant to get assists when you can't find guys that put the ball in the back of the net? Not to mention, even after Real Madrid scored, Reece James put in a great ball. Sterling just about touched it. Courtois with a great save. Other than that, that was our best chance. And we couldn't do anything. After that, it was curtains. Real Madrid grow into the game and allow and make us look like the same way we look in the Premier League. Like, we're just not good enough, because we ain't. Too many individuals in this team, not enough players that you want to build a team around. That's the liability of this team. That's the reason why we are where we are in the Premier League, and why we get humbled the way we did yesterday. And the fact that we lost 2-0 is a blessing in disguise, because we could have lost 4-5-0. But Real Madrid took it easy on us. If man's going to be honest, they should have done so much better. But they know that 10 man, 2-0 up, this ain't the same Chelsea team from last season. They don't have to go out and batter us because realistically, we make it easier for them. So, Reece James, my rating for you, I'm going to give you a 4. And then we have in the middle of the park, Mateo Kovacic. Players like you make me understand where we are as a team because risking the big games, you don't stop. When we was on our great Champions League run, it was a Jorginho and Kante team. Mateo Kovacic in the big games where it matters most, I could only probably look at the Carabao Cup final last season against Liverpool, where you actually played well in the big game, one of the big competitions. When we're scoring that goal against Liverpool, other than that, not too many games where you can be counted on to be having one of the best performances, being one of the best players on the pitch for Chelsea, which is so frustrating. Which is so frustrating, but that's the life we have. And for that, my rating for Mateo Kovacic, I'm gonna give him a 4. Enzo Fernandez, and what was your worst game for Chelsea? You like putting the ball, switching play is great and that, but midfield got ran through. We couldn't control nothing. Kante, who hasn't even been playing for the majority of the season, was our best player on the pitch, and Enzo was just a very poor performance. I can't necessarily say an outstanding thing that you did other than those passes. Defensively, it was a shambles. You just didn't look comfortable. Didn't have the same level of you didn't have the same level of composure and that you would have had in most other games. So my rating for you, Enzo, I'm gonna give you a 4. And then we have N'Golo Kante, who undoubtedly was our best player. And it's so frustrating because I would see a man like Kante, yeah, who hasn't played majority of the season, be sprinting. Same man that was out from August all the way up until March. This man is sprinting, being the first man forward. Our best chance, well, not our best chance, but one of the chances that we had, putting Felix through in the first 5 minutes of the game, who done that? N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante. But end of the day, all of his good work that he could do will get outdone and will not get noticed. Why? Because others can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net, which ultimately will just make us look bad because when you don't score, you don't win. And if you long as and they keep not scoring, makes us very unlikely to ever look anything promising. Kante is the brightest spot. Man will tell me that my man's finished. I can never believe that because this is a guy who doesn't matter whether he's played one game, 10, 20, 30, 40. You can always count on him to have top level performances. And when I mean top level performances, in the team that he is, majority of people won't be better than him. He will always be either the best or one of the best. And when it comes to Chelsea, he will always be top 3 for the performances because very rarely will I ever say to you that he isn't one of our best performers. He was the best player on the pitch for us yesterday. That's why I'm going to give him a 6. Kante, man, I'm so happy you're back, and I really need you to sign that contract because if we ever lost Kante, I feel like that would be worse than losing Eden Hazard because this is a man that actually is a part of the spine and is so crucial to this team. Like, imagine if we never had him yesterday. It would have been so much worse, in my opinion, but it's the life that we have, man. N'Golo Kante, 6. Man of the match for me. And then the attackers. Raheem Sterling. Oh, man. Like, I feel it, yeah. You're going to play as a striker, you and Joao, necessary strikers. But damn, man. Like, I'm seeing you do things and then you're running off and you're just smiling, laughing, like, not a care in the world. Man, them will be jogging. You and Felix will be jogging while a man like Kante will be sprinting, being the furthest man forward. It goes to show the level of determination that certain players have. And Sterling, you and Felix were absolutely atrocious. crap. And boy, it's just how it's an unfortunate thing for us Chelsea fans, man. Because when I see these two, like it makes me miss someone like Timo Werner. Do you know why? Because at least Timo Werner, he wouldn't necessarily score a lot of goals, no, but he would try. He would try. He would try. Sterling them and there don't try enough. I'd be so real. Even this time last year, we literally just beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. The convincing performance, the relentlessness, the will to win. That's what we have. We don't have no will to win, no. We don't have a will to win. You don't even have an urge to compete. Come like it's just vibes. Literally just vibes. It's atrocious, man. The level of us this season is the worst we've ever seen. The worst we've ever seen. And I really hope that this team can pattern up. But it's very unlikely. So much dead wood. And man, them have to get sold in the summer. So, Raheem Sterling, I'm going to give you a 2. Joao Felix. Mr. Joao turned Felix. Oh, man. If you like to turn so much, how come you didn't turn or try do something to get past Eder Militao when he clearly caught up to you? Man felt pressure. No wonder why, like, you're an Atletico Madrid former player and you come against Real Madrid. Don't you have a point to prove against one against the rivals? But clearly it just shows why you've never scored against them, playing against them so many different times. Your level just ain't good enough. I'll be real, it's just ain't good enough. I don't really want. I'm not one of those people right now. After yesterday's performance, will just say, "Yep, we should sign Joao," because what does he do when it comes to decision making in the 18-yard box? It is crap. It's crap. Joao Felix, man. I don't really want to say too much about you. I'll be real, man, because you'll get me so mad. And the enthusiasm for the rest of the season, like it is so long. Trying to like I'm a person who wants to be very positive, but these men will take on so much from us. Watching every single game, no goals, no goals, no goals, no goals. We are finished. The season's over. We have nothing left to play for. I don't care what anyone wants to try and tell me. The pride is over. We are in the bottom half of the table. We are literally one game away from not having no Champions League football until 2025. No way. Until 2024. And that's the 2024-25 season because we're not going to get into the top 4, but I'm not going to win the Champions League. I'm sounding very negative right now, but I'm just trying to keep it real and speak the facts because this is what it is. The team last year that we had, we could literally believe to ourselves that we could go to Madrid or in the second leg come back. You can't feel that way now. That level, the team we had 12 months ago isn't the team we have now. And so many different players. Very frustrating still, very frustrating, but it is what it is. Joao Felix, I'm going to give you a 2. We had, who we have come on? Christian Pulisic, you came on. I'll just give you a 5. Cucurella, you came on. I'm going to give you a 3. Crap. Reason why Ben Chilwell got sent off, you are crap. Watered down Marcos Alonso, you are crap. And now man has to play you next week. Not just because Ben Chilwell got sent off, but Koulibaly could potentially be injured. So we have no choice. And what could make things worse that if we have to line up in a back 4, could be the worst move for us. So yeah, man, 3 for you. Then we have Conor Gallagher, 5. Mason Mount, 5. And I think Aspilicueta came on, so I'm going to give you a 5. Yeah, man. Very frustrating season. Very frustrating. And looks like it's a wrap for us. Bring on next season, man. because we really need the season to end. We really do. But yeah, man, that's the players. Now Lampard. Talk about Frank Lampard. 3-5-2 wasn't the formation. We saw it in Real Madrid, the use of their wingers. Without their wingers, they don't create anything. We didn't have any wingers. Everything's gonna go through the center. That makes not just the left winger, the right winger do more for Real Madrid, but the right back, left back, they don't have to worry about any pressure because everything will go through the middle. That's where we are stressed. That's where we fucked up. And boy, serves us right. We don't have a top class manager, so there's nothing we can do. We lost to Wolves, now we've lost to Real Madrid. We have Brighton on the weekend. And potentially without Koulibaly, very frustrated, very angry, and yeah, man, it's just a wrap. Lampard, I'm gonna give you a 5, and yeah, man, it's just a wrap, City. Wrap City, I'll big you up because of the formation that you did play, because you used 5 at the back. That's why I really asked. Kante, Enzo played, but overall, substitutions, no Mudryk, no, I don't get it, man. But it is what it is. We are in the position where we are based on decision making that has happened at this club, and we have a lesser manager than Frank Lampard. So can't really expect anything great. Which is why even when we finished top 4 with Lampard, it was something that should never have happened, because it happened that way because we just did enough, and other teams around us never did enough. We've literally scraped everything through the skin of our teeth, not because we've always been that outright best in every single department. It's just a team. Team hasn't played well throughout, but other teams just do lesser than us. Now that everyone's teams are patterning up, going higher, moving up, then that's the reason why we are where we are, because we've just stayed the same. That's it, or gotten worse. So, yeah, man, I really want the season to end, but gonna have to go through the information, and like I said, the ratings. Kepa, you get 4. Wesley Fofana, you get 3. Koulibaly 5, Thiago Silva 5, Ben Chilwell 3, Reece James 4, Mateo Kovacic 3, Kovacic, yeah, you get a 4. Enzo, you get a 4. Kante 6. Felix, Sterling 2. Then Mount 5. Pulisic 5. Who else was it? Cucurella 3. Havertz 5. And then Trevor Chalobah, I'll give you a 5. Lampard 5. Average at best. We deserved everything we got, and we should have lost more, but it is what it is. Next week it is a big old game, but we're going to take a miracle for us to try and get back, and miracles ain't happened for us this season still, so we need to pattern up. So for me, just bring on Saturday, let's see what happens. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone who joined the watch along. Appreciate the comments, the views, and I'll be back later for another video for Chelsea News Plus Q&A stream. I'm CFC Riddis Blue. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook. Help me get to 400 subscribers, and help me get to 400 subscribers before the end of the month, 1,000 subscribers before the end, by the time of next season. Appreciate the support. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.